Dream big. You guys all have heard this phrase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the idea of the turning the impossible into I'm possible definitely is here in the valley, right? But our dreams don't come true like this. Take my dream, for example. Ever since I was 12, I've been dreaming to go to Australia. Today, my dream is 26 years old. Never happened. By the way, anyone younger than 26? Okay, I guess you guys are a little bit luckier than my dream. So, what happens? What happens in our mind whenever we do come up with a big dream? No money, no time, no visa, no experience. Big fat no from my parents. That was my case. You'd put your wife, your husband, your boss, doesn't matter. So, I've faced so many no's in my life that I just gave up on the whole idea of dreaming. Instead, I would set myself goals. To graduate from school with honors, to enter a great university, to start my own business, to get married and have 2 sons. You see, goals are much more tangible, much more realistic. You just go and achieve them. As simple as that. But you see, the thing about the dream is that once it's born in our mind, it doesn't just fade away. It is sitting there, reminding us about itself, like, hey, I'm here, remember? So what we need to do is shake off those fears, shake off those no's, say yes to our dream, and start acting. Is it simple to do, though? Not exactly, especially if you're trapped in reality. At the beginning of April, I was getting my nails done. It was beige, not blue. And I have this amazing nails master who gives the best manicures ever. I love the girl, but there is one thing about her. She's always complaining. I don't know, maybe it's a Russian thing to be suffering and complaining. But, usually I would just pretend I have so much work to do. I'd be checking my emails, replying to my messages, even schedule Zoom calls just to keep from listening to that. But this time, she said something peculiar. She said, Kate, I'm fed up with doing nails. And I'm like, who's gonna give me the manicures? But honestly, she was working 6 days a week. And the money that she was making was still not enough to provide for the family. But she couldn't quit the job because that's the only thing she had been doing for 11 years. And I realized that I have been there. I was exactly in her place 8 years ago. So, it is January, 8 years ago. I'm pregnant, 6 months, expecting my second son, and here comes my husband. Katyush. That's what he calls me when he needs something. I quit my job and I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. Of course I supported him. I had to be a good wife once in a lifetime. And anyway, I have my school this summer, which is the worst time for any language school. It's still 6 months ahead. Like, okay, we're gonna manage. Here comes March. My baby has arrived. I'm enjoying my motherhood. And I'm getting a message from my colleagues. Hey, Kate, congrats on the baby. Summer has arrived early. We're not gonna make any profit this month. What it means is that they are getting their salaries and I, as a business owner, am getting none. Anyway, I decided to focus on my newborn, on my motherhood, because that is once in a lifetime thing, right? In April, we didn't make profit again. That's when I exercised all my management skills. And between nursing and changing diapers, I was pushing sales in order to generate profit. What do you think happened in May? No profit. I exercised another set of my management skills and started pushing marketing in order to generate leads and drive sales. And in June, you know what happened? We made a loss. So, you see, they say that in order to fly high, you need to hit the bottom. There I was. 2 kids, unemployed husband. The startup thing didn't work. No income, a mortgage, a couple of loans. No money for food was not just a figure of speech. And one day, I cracked my elder son's piggy bank to get some bread and milk. And that is when I told myself, like, Kate, whatever you had been doing before is not working anymore. You gotta do something radically different. You gotta think radically different. And you know what helped me? You will never guess. A grammar game. I had been teaching for many years before, right? So every time we have to learn conditionals, I play this if I had $1 million game. The students just have to continue the sentence. If I had $1 million, I would buy a tropical island, I would be eating bananas and drinking coconut milk all day. But I took that game seriously. So what would I do if I had $1 million? Well, first off, I would definitely pay off those mortgages and the loans. I'd hire myself a housekeeper and a nanny. And I kept going on and on with all those beautiful ideas where I would be working less and relaxing more, stressing less, having fun more, fighting less, and just enjoying life more. And I wanted that so much for just a second to be possible that the next day I took out my beautiful brand new cutting edge lightweight stroller that I had bought before that whole thing happened. And I called my partner, Kate. Hey, Kate, I have visualized my $1 million life. I love the girl. You know what she said? She said, why not? I want to get one too. So there we were, the two of us brainstorming on how to make that happen. The key idea was to make our business generate 10 times more money without us having to work more. I forgot to say she had a baby too at that point. And what we came up with is this. Instead of giving just English classes, to start giving soft skills trainings in English, simply because those cost more. Instead of working with just natural people, to start working with corporate clients, simply because those can pay more. Instead of being just English teachers, to be business trainers, because those guys, they charge so much more. And that didn't save us that year. What saved us was just regular September with all the new students wanting to learn English. But in the next 8 years, we invested massively in our professional and personal development. MBA, leadership, creativity, public speaking. And it all paid off. Training after training, company after company, we completed over 300 projects, and our business has been growing sustainably year after year after year. As for me personally, once I decided to stop being just an English teacher, I have been coaching professionals on their dreams. New jobs, new careers, new countries. I would just be playing the same mental game with them, helping them visualize their dream lives, and then just come up with the house. So there was me and my nails master. Can't I help her right now? I still wanted to get my manicures done. So I told her, Natalia, it all starts with a dream. What is your dream? A house. I'm like, okay, a house, great. What else? Is there else? I really didn't want to give up on the girl. I really, really wanted to help her. So I kept working and working on her big dream life idea. And she came up with one great thing. Instead of doing nails herself, to run her own nail salon where she would be teaching other nails masters who would be generating money for her. And it turned out that she had been sitting on that idea for 6 years. So I told her, great, amazing. Let's generate the house. How do we make that happen? What will be your first step? Kate, I think it's a bad idea. I don't even have air conditioning. It is $400. I don't have that money. I'm not going to work more. The nails, remember? All the time. I gave her $20, donated them. It's 5% of her target. And I told her that if she wanted to be an entrepreneur, she had to think like an entrepreneur. It means that she needs to hit that target without her having to do more nails. 10 days ago, I got my nails done blue. As I entered the space, I saw air conditioning. It worked. But you will never guess how she did it in just 3 weeks. How do you think she did that? What do you think?
Speaks for yourself.
Herself? Where did she get the air conditioning? It's very simple. She got her husband to buy it for her. That is not what I meant by entrepreneurial thinking. But at least she started to think differently, right? And that is already a big step towards her big dream. So dream big is a great motto, but oftentimes it's just not enough. We just need to watch out for the no's, and we need to turn them into why nots. That gives us the drive to turn those into the house, tangible, realistic goals. And just go and achieve them. What about my Australia dream? Do you want to know the destiny of it? I'm not going to say I have a ticket to Sydney, no. But I know the how. The public talk project that you're part of is the continuation of that soft skills training idea, but it evolved into something much, much bigger. Russia, Turkey, Armenia, Kazakhstan, the UAE, now the USA. And no, Veronica, I'm not going to say the next destination is Australia, because Kate wants to go to Tokyo. Yeah, dreams can be contagious. So maybe not this year. Maybe I will talk to her next year. But we are going to Australia. And you guys are invited. Why do I say so? Because turning the idea of impossible into I'm possible is definitely here in the air. Thank you.